Nose has several functions that make it essential for humans. First, the nose acts as the primary entry point for air during breathing, allowing oxygen to enter the respiratory system and helping to maintain the balanced air pressure in the sinuses. Next, nose also functions as an air conditioner. The nasal cavity warms and humidifies the air before it reaches the lungs, preventing the air from being too cold or causing dryness in the lung tissue. Cilia and mucus in the nasal passages trap dust, pathogen, and other particles, stopping them from entering the lower respiratory tract. Drainage of the paranasal sinuses (PNS) also occur through small openings, ostia, into the nose and throat. If these openings are blocked due to swelling or infection, mucus buildup, leading to sinus problems like sinusitis.
Another function of nose is olfaction. The nose detects odors through specialized receptors in the olfactory region. These receptors send signals to the brain, allowing us to identify different smells like food. Next is nasal resistance. The nasal passages create resistance to airflow, regulates by structures like the turbinates. This resistance helps warm and filter the air before it reaches the lungs, ensuring that the air is clean and at the proper temperature. So the nose also helps for vocal resonance. The nasal cavity acts as a resonating chamber for the voice. It helps shape the sound, tone, and volume of the voice by affecting the vibrations of air as it passes through the vocal cords. Next is nasal reflexes. The nose triggers reflex actions such as sneezing to expel irritants like dust and pollen. This protective mechanism prevent harmful particles from entering the rest of the body.
And I am going to talk about the surface anatomy of external nose. Okay, the first one, we talk this side, we call epicranius frontal belly. Epicranius frontal belly. And for this one, we call root and bridge of nose. Root and bridge of nose. Okay. Next, untuk this one, we call as macam batang hidung. This one is dorsal maxilla. And then this one we call as ala of nose. And then next, this one we call as apex of nose. And this one we call as nares or nostril. And then lastly, we have this one, which is bill trap. It's all.
Next, the internal skeletal framework. First, we have the frontal bone, which is located at the top of the nose, forming part of the forehead and contributing to the nose's structure. Then we have nasal bone, which is small paired bones forming the bridge of the nose, providing the bony support for the upper part. Septal cartilage, the central cartilage dividing the two nostrils, forming part of the nasal septum. It provides shape and support to the nose. Maxillary bone, which the frontal process of the maxilla forms the lateral boundary of the nose and supports the nasal structure. Next, lateral process of septal cartilage. Cartilage extending laterally from the septal cartilage, contributing to the shape and stability of the nose. Minor alar cartilages, small cartilages located near the nostrils that help shape the external nose. Dense fibrous connective tissue. Non-cartilaginous connective tissue providing structural support and flexibility to the tip of the nose. And lastly, we have major alar cartilages, which are the larger cartilages that form the framework of the nostrils, allowing flexibility and maintaining the nostril shape.
Today, I'm going to talk about the internal structure of the nose. Internal structure of the nose, also known as the nasal cavity. Nasal cavity is the place located behind the nostril and is the beginning of the respiratory tract. It is divided into the left and right, which is divided by the nasal septum. So, there are three parts of the nasal cavity. The first one is the nasal vestibule, which is located behind the nasal cavity at the front, the bottom of the wing of the nose. Okay. And then we have respiratory region. Respiratory region is located here. Respiratory region is the white space covered with cilia and mucus located in the nasal cavity. Then the last one, we have the olfactory region. Olfactory region is located at the roof of the nasal cavity and it is responsible for detecting smells.
So next I will explain about nasal skeleton. Nasal skeleton form of 3 paired and 2 unpaired bones. The 3 paired bone is nasal, palatine and maxillary bones, and the unpaired bone is vomer and ethmoid bones. So the first one is nasal bone. Nasal bones form the bridge of the nose and provide support. Next is palatine bone that help form floor of the nasal cavity. Next is maxillary bones that support nose from the below and contribute the shape of face. And then vomer that helps separate the left and right of nasal cavity. And lastly, ethmoid bone that contribute to the nasal septum and the medial wall. So how they work together? These bones combine to create the nasal cavity, which allow the airflow, humidification, and filtration of the air breath. The nasal skeleton also support the external shape of the nose, including the nostril and the bridge.
Okay, so I will talk about olfactory nerve, which olfactory nerve is a first cranial nerve that enable your olfactory system and sense of smell. Location of olfactory nerve is in the upper part of nasal cavity. The olfactory nerve endings send impulse to the olfactory bulb, then to cerebrum. There are 3 locations of cerebrum. First is the ventral-frontal part of the cerebrum. Second is insula, which is deep area at temporal cerebrum. Lastly is amygdala or limbic system.
So, I'm going to explain the olfactory pathway, which is how our brain detects and processes smell. So let's go through the steps shown in this diagram. First, when you smell something, odor molecules or odorants enter the nose and attach to a special receptor in the olfactory epithelium. These receptors are activated and send signals through small nerve fiber called axon. Next, these axon bundle together to form the olfactory nerve, also known as cranial nerve 1, CN1. This nerve passes through tiny holes in a bone called the cribriform plate to reach the olfactory bulb, which is in the brain. In the olfactory bulb, the signals are processed, and then they travel along the olfactory tract to different parts of the brain, which is the olfactory cortex that helps us identify the smell, and then the hypothalamus, which control body reaction like hunger or salivating, and the limbic system, which connects smell to emotion and memories.
Let's talk about the physiology of smell. In order for us to be able to smell something, the materials must have given off volatile molecules, which then are carried into the nasal. Most of these molecules are filtered out on the way up your nasal cavity as they get caught by the protective nose hair, but a few make it all the way to the back of the nose as they are dissolved in the mucus, thus stimulating the olfactory chemoreceptors. The air entering the nasal is then warm and being turbulent in the nasal concave, which then become inspired to the roof of the nasal cavity.
When the harder and the deeper you sniff, the more volatile molecules you vacuum up. This will increase the number of olfactory receptors that are stimulated and more smell signals will be produced, making the sense of smell stronger. Each olfactory neuron has receptors for just one kind of smell. The sense of smell may also affect the appetite center that is mainly located in the medulla oblongata. Other than that, smell affects taste because the brain combines information from the taste buds on your tongue and the nerves in your nose to create the sensation of flavor. This sense of smell may create long-lasting memories, especially for odors, hospitals, or food.